The Last, the 62nd Doctor Who main range Big Finish release, first released in 4 parts, across CD and download on the 18th of October 2004, and written by Gary Hopkins. Taking place once again on Bortrasoi, the planet in the Divergent universe, this particular story sees the 8th Doctor, voiced by Paul McGann, his companions Charlie Pollard, voiced by India Fisher, and Keris, voiced by Conrad Westmus, enter a new zone on Bortrasoi that has seemingly been in the midst of a nuclear war. Once again, they're assisted by the Croaker, voiced by Stephen Perring, and they end up encountering a group of basically politicians for the planet of Bortrasoi, including the President, Excelsior, voiced by Carolyn Jones, Voss, the Minister for War, voiced by Ian Brooker, Tralfiniel, the Minister for Peace, voiced by Robert Hines, Lanskar, a government member, voiced by Richard Derrington, as well as two assistants for Excelsior, a nurse, voiced by Jane Hills, and a makeup artist, voiced by John Dorney. However, in trying to get through the nuclear city, things become a bit more complicated when Charlie is injured, and it turns out that she has been paralysed pretty much below the neck. Like, she can still talk to the Doctor, still have reasonable conversations with her, but she can't move. And while Charlie herself is fairly accepting of this, the Doctor and Keris are definitely not that accepting, as they refuse to believe that Charlie's been paralysed, and they believe she will have a chance to walk again. Even though Charlie herself is very much, look, I've tried, look, if this is just how things are to be now, I guess my travels in the TARDIS are over. I mean, I can't move. Whereas the Doctor and Keris are desperately trying to tell her, no, we will find a way, we will find a medical expert who can restore your body to how it was. But as things get further into the story, it becomes a lot more bleak for her. However, Keris also ends up encountering a creature, or a set of people known as Requiem, voiced by Tom Eastwood, as well as various people on the outside who have seemingly managed to survive the nuclear apocalypse. However, when he tries to get them to the base and show them off, the Doctor and everyone else points out that Keris is all alone, like there's nobody here. And it seems as though Keris is talking to a ghost, like people on the planet who were previously there and are now not. And things only get darker when Excelsior reveals herself to be rather an unpleasant person. Like, it's eventually revealed that a rocket has been built, and the few remaining people on the planet, they have to find a way off. And Excelsior kind of butts heads with Charlie a bit, even though Charlie can't do anything to defend herself. And it ends with Excelsior doing something that's, I don't necessarily know if I can say it on YouTube because it is rather dark, but I think you can get the context. And when the Doctor and Keris find out what she did, Keris is absolutely furious and desperately tries to fight back, but ends up going through a similar fate. And, well, it's a big story that all focuses around a single phrase. A phrase that you might have heard before. Like, I can't remember who said it at this moment in time, but there was a famous quote that went something like, to the trained mind, or the untrained mind, death is but the next great adventure. And that's effectively what's happening here, as it said that in order to start with this whole planet cycle again, everybody has to die, or everything has to die, so that they can reset. But it becomes more and more complicated as the story goes on. And I do think this is a story that shows the darker side of Doctor Who, but also shows that it can bring hope through the light. So, all in all, I think this is a story worth checking out, and definitely worth a listen. Let me know what you think of the Doctor Who story The Last from Big Finish. Anyway, until next time, see ya.